Bonsoir tout le monde.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Yes, tout le monde means everybody. So I would like us to use these nouns that we have already learned. Like we have une chaise, that's a chair, une table, a table, une fenêtre, that's a window, un portable, and un ordinateur portable. So I remember last time we learned about the verb avoir. Can you remember the verb avoir? The one we are using to express age. The verb avoir means to have. So we are going to say that I have something. So what is being written there? That is the first person of the verb to have. J'ai.
J'ai.
Yes, tout le monde. Let's say j'ai.
J'ai.
Yes, très bien, très bien. So j'ai means I have. Now, if we can pick the verb j'ai plus the noun that we have there, for example, like une chaise, that now means I have a chair. J'ai une chaise. Can we say j'ai une chaise?
J'ai une chaise.
We can replace une chaise with another noun. Say, for example, like une table. I want to say I have a table. What am I going to say, Nancy?
J'ai une table.
Très bien. J'ai une table. Très bien. I have a table. J'ai une table. And now I want us to say that I have a cell phone. I have a cell phone. Is going to be our boy.
J'ai un portable.
Très bien. J'ai un portable. Please note that we normally une is feminine, that goes with feminine singular nouns, and un is masculine and goes with masculine singular nouns. So j'ai un portable. I have a cell phone. Suppose I would like us now to say I have a laptop. Please note that un ordinateur, when we have un followed by a word starting with a vowel, like ordinateur, we normally join N to O when we are reading. We write them separately, but when we are pronouncing, we join the two N and O because N is a consonant and O is a vowel. So it's going to be pronounced like un ordinateur. Can we please say un ordinateur?
Un ordinateur.
Yes, we always read the two words as if it is one word because we are joining N, which is a consonant, to O, which is a vowel. So I want us now to say, I have a laptop. We are going to say, j'ai un ordinateur portable. J'ai un ordinateur portable. Can we all of us say that, s'il vous plaît?
J'ai
Et
un
ordinateur portable.
portable.
Très bien. That word, s'il vous plaît, means please. S'il vous plaît, please. Can we say s'il vous plaît?
S'il vous plaît.
Good, très bien. So we have seen how we can say that I have something, I have something. Now what you just need to do, you only need to learn a few nouns. Then you will always use the verb j'ai in the present tense, that is I have, followed by an indefinite article, une or un, and the noun itself. Remember we had un and une meaning a or an. Now when we have more nouns, because we may have 2 chairs or 3 tables, we are going to use des. Des. Okay? Let us see how we are going to say that. Normally, in French, to make most nouns plural, we add an S to the existing singular noun. For example, when we have chaise, we add an S at the end to make it plural. That is now many chairs. So chaise singular, chaise pluriel or plural. If it is table, the same. But please note, even though we have an S at the end, we don't pronounce the S at the end because most of the French endings are mute. They are not pronounced. And this is a case that we are going to learn right now. For example, we have shares in singular and shares in plural. They have the same pronunciations. Now, what makes us differentiate is the use of the article, either un or des. Now, when we have plural chairs, we are going to say des chaises. Des chaises. Can we say des chaises?
Des
Des
chaises.
chaises.
Yes, très bien, des chaises. Assuming that now we have now multiples, what are we going to say? We are going to say des tables. Des tables. Can we say des tables?
Des
Des
tables.
tables.
Très bien. Now, assuming that we have two cell phones, what are we going to say?
Des portables.
Très bien. Des portables. Des portables. And suppose we have two computers. Two computers. What are you going to say? Remember, computer starts with a vowel O, and they ends with an S, which is a consonant. So we are going to join the two. So it's going to be des ordinateurs. Des ordinateurs. So please note that when you join S to letter O, the two
Yes.
combination produces a Z sound. So it becomes des ordinateurs. Can we say des ordinateurs?
Des
ordinateurs.
ordinateurs.
Très bien, très bien. Now I wanted to say that I have some chairs. So we are going to say j'ai des chaises. J'ai des chaises. Can we say j'ai des chaises?
J'ai des chaises.
Yeah, très bien. J'ai des chaises. Or let us now have multiples like 2, 3. You remember the numbers?
Oui.
Please say after me. 1,
Un,
2,
deux,
3,
trois,
4,
quatre,
5,
5,
cinq,
6,
6,
six,
7,
7,
sept,
8,
8,
huit,
9,
neuf,
10.
10.
Now I want us to say that I have 2 tables. How can someone say I have 2 tables? I have 2 tables. Who can try? Remember, I have is j'ai.
J'ai
Yeah, j'ai.
des
Then 2 tables.
2 tables.
J'ai
deux tables.
2 tables.
Table.
Très bien. J'ai 2 tables. Très bien. Then how can we say that I have 4 chairs? I have 4 chairs.
J'ai quatre
4.
chaises. Chaises.
J'ai 4 chaises. J'ai 4 chaises. Good. So we can say that j'ai 2 tables and j'ai 4 chaises. Is that so?
Oui.
Now we can put another word that is and, we can join the two sentences using and, which is a. So that we can say, I have 2 tables and 4 chairs. So that a means and. Okay. So now we can say, j'ai 2 tables
Table et
et
4
4
chaises.
chaises. Okay. J'ai 2 tables et 4 chaises. Can we say so?
J'ai
J'ai 2
tables
tables et
Et
4
4
chaises.
chaises. Très bien. J'ai 2 tables et 4 chaises. Très bien. Now, we also had a cell phone. How do we call a cell phone? A portable. Now, we are now going to say, I have 3 cell phones and 1 computer. Remember, a computer is un ordinateur. J'ai 3 portables
portables
et and
Un
un ordinateur.
un ordinateur.
Oui, oui, très bien. That means I have 3 mobile phones and 1 computer.
question. Does this also
Yes,
mean,
you play?
could this also mean that you have 3 mobile phones and a computer?
Yes, because this serves as an article and as a number. So you can say un ordinateur is a computer or 1 computer.
Okay.
Any other question?
How do you determine what is feminine and what is male?
Good. It's a good question. In French, we normally say that the gender of a noun is purely coincidental. We don't have a certain set rule that you'll use, but we have some hints. We normally say that 99% of nouns that end with an E mute. An E mute is an E like the one that we have on shares. Now that E that you see at the end, table shares, is E mute, meaning it is not pronounced. So 99% of nouns that end with this E are feminine. And most nouns that end with consonants, like N, like C, like L, like R, are masculine.